Hey, everybody. Jam TV, second try, Friday the 13th. It's not Friday, it's Thursday. It's the 11th, but it's the 13th show. So we're having Gremlins. But we're going to try to make this work. Hopefully, we're back in sync, everybody. There's a new link for the show for artists. Please check with me on Facebook Messenger. Good to see you all for the second try on our 13th show on Jam TV. And stand by. We're going to bring Bill Nolan in. Here he comes, Bill Nolan with a drink. Hey, Bill Nolan.
I'm going to need this. That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to need it too. Apparently, there was some catastrophic streaming error with Facebook, and so we're going to try it again. Hopefully, it's working. And why don't you do a couple of songs while I get everything in order?
And for you kids out there, you know, this is what happens, and that's why they call it guinea pig theater. The other name for the band was potentially Sacrificial Lamb. It was one or the other, but so here I'm not going to do anything that I already did because I don't know who saw what, and if anybody saw it, then they did it, but it's just not in me to do two things at the same time, do the same thing twice. So here's a little song that was a hit by the Tremolos, who were from Australia, but really sort of recorded in England. But it's a song by a young man who used to be called Cat Stevens. In the midnight moonlight out, keep walking the long and lonely mile, and every time I do, I keep seeing this picture of you. Here comes my baby, here she comes now. And as it comes, that's no surprise to me. She's with another guy. Here comes my baby, here she comes now. Walking with a love, oh, so fine, never to be mine, no matter how I try. You never walk alone, and you're forever talking on the phone. I try to call your name, but every time it comes out the same. Here comes my baby, here she comes now. Walking it comes, that's no surprise to me. With another guy, here comes a baby, here she comes now. Walking with a love, it's all so fine, never to be mine, no matter how I try. Here comes my baby, here she comes now. Walking with a love, it's all so fine, never to be mine. Yes, here comes my baby, here she comes now. Walking with a love, it's all so fine, never to be mine, no matter how I try. I'm still waiting for your heart, 'cause I'm sure that someday it's gonna start. You'll be mine, hold each day, but till then this is all that I can say. Here comes my baby, here she comes now. Walking with comes, that's no surprise to me. With another guy, here comes my baby, here she comes now. And as it comes, that thought so fine, never to be mine, no matter how I try. wish is my command, Ed. What do you need? Billy Foster. What's
Looks like
happening,
we're
brother?
working. Hey, Billy.
Hey
How's it
guys,
going, man? What's happening,
how you
man?
doing?
You know,
Yeah,
living the dream.
Seclusion. A lot of seclusion.
I know. Tell me about it. All right, Bill, why don't you do one more while I get everything in? It looks like everything's working now. The streaming is working well.
Oh, sure, it's working now.
It's working now. Yeah, do one more.
Yeah,
I'll do one
because
more.
now his singing wasn't, the mouthing wasn't on timing. Now it's perfect.
The tequila wasn't working.
Exactly.
It's working now. This is a Tom Waits song. I dedicate this to Captain Ed Train. Well, I'm leaving my family, leaving all my friends. My body's at home, my heart's in the wind, where clouds are like headlines on a new front page sky. My tears are salt water, the moon's full and high. And I know Martin Eden gonna be proud of me, 'cause many before me been called to the sea. Be up in the crow's nest singing my say, shiver me timbers, 'cause I'm sailing away. Cause a fog's lifting, the sand's shifting, I'm drifting on out. Oh, Captain Ahab, got nothing on me. Swallow me, don't follow me, I'm traveling alone. Blue water's my daughter, and I'm skipping like a stone. So please call my missus, tell her not to cry now, 'cause my goodbye is written by the moon in the sky. Nobody knows me, can't fathom my staying. Shiver me timbers, I'm sailing away. And the fog's lifting, the sand's shifting, I'm drifting on out. Oh, Captain Ahab, got nothing on me. Come and swallow me or follow me, traveling alone. Blue water's my daughter, gonna skip like a stone. And I'm leaving my family, leaving all my friends. My body's at home, but my heart's in the wind, where clouds are like headlines on a new front page sky. My tears are all suffered, I'm going away. Thank you. I can't hear Billy. I can't hear Ed.
No, you can hear me.
Oh, now I can, yeah. Billy, can I hear you?
Here we
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
So, there's Joe Mail.
Billy,
Giuseppe, quesadilla.
hey, you know, same old, you know, just doing my street act.
And look, there's Ray Simonelli, and oh my God, look who else just wandered
What's up?
in.
Ah,
Billy Foster.
You got
What's up,
Greg Oliveras. You've got Ray
How you
Simonelli. You
doing,
got
Greg?
Joe
Haven't seen you
Mayo.
in a long time, buddy. How you doing?
Billy
Doing well,
Foster.
man.
Like if we
there's-
counted out, even if it's off sync,
Brother Greg in Tennessee.
would it be in sync
Nashville, yeah.
amongst ourselves?
I don't know.
probably not.
No.
I thought I knew everything about live broadcasting, and this show showed me I know nothing. Joe Mayo wrote me. He's like, I think your audio's out of sync. And I'm like, no, it's your stream. It's not us. We are experts here.
There's no business like show business.
Live music, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
Live
my
entertainment.
God. Oh
It's
my
like the
God.
days of radio.
Can you imagine like when Milton Berle did this and like I Love Lucy and like they're like, we're off the air. Something happened to the bird landed on the transmitter. We don't know what's happening. That's what's going on.
Unbelievable.
So how are you guys doing?
Good, man. How's the Northeast?
The Northeast is great. It's all good.
Where are you, Greg? Where are you?
Nashville, man. Still down there. Been about 4 years now.
You dog.
Cool.
We thought you were at the Cobb's Mill Inn still playing, and we didn't tell you where the jam moved.
Yeah, I've just been hanging out there ever since it closed. I've just been living in the basement. Yeah.
Nashville cat.
Exactly.
Which is actually true. That song is so true because it's like your busboy is a better guitarist than any guitarist you've ever heard in your life.
That's Nashville in a nutshell. Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you heard the band Broadband down there? The ladies?
No.
Five women. They call themselves Broadband.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard them.
They're phenomenally good.
All right, I'll check them out. Do they have like a spot they perform at a lot?
I don't know, but you should really check them out. They're dynamite.
Young ladies or older? Are they young or
Does
older?
it matter?
Well,
I'm talking about the quality of the music here.
So Billy, where do you draw the line between the young lady and old lady?
Oh, no.
You know, like
what my point being that if they're younger, there's still a great deal more of them out there to see. If they're older, hey, any minute now. You know what I'm talking about?
oh my God.
Missed you, Billy. Missed you, man.
You're a sick man, Billy, but I love you.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, seriously. You gotta figure out where the demarcation line is, right? So, you know, like you got a bunch of old guys here, and then you got Greg Oliveras, who's still like 19, right?
Not so much, but
20,
close. I mean,
20
give or take 10 years, but yeah.
Maybe he's 20, right? And I remember that I was playing in a band once, and we were playing a big corporate party, and the young lady who was the office manager / band liaison.
You know, we're not the only ones who can hear this, right, Ed? You know that. I don't know where the story's going.
Right. So she walks into the room, and the band is there, and the band is kind of like what you see on the screen here. It was like 5 guys who were over 50 and 1 guy who was 19, like Greg Oliveras right here, right? And the sax player was 19. And this girl walks in, and she is so hot, you can't even believe how hot she is, right? She's like 28 years old and like just dressed to the nines and had her hair and makeup. Everything was perfect, right? And all the guys in the band, she's like, is there anything you guys need here while you're waiting in the green room? And we're all dying, right? And the 19-year-old sax player was like, yeah, whatever. Maybe some water. That would be nice, right? So she leaves the room, and we're like, what's the matter, dude? Like, don't you think she's totally hot? And he said, yeah, but she's really old. And that's when I remember that when you're 19, like Greg Oliveras, when you're 19, a 29-year-old looks ancient. Like, oh my God, so ancient, you know? And when you're my age or older, like these guys, then you realize that, I don't know, pretty much everything looks pretty good.
Wow.
Oh man.
Truth hurts.
Is
Truth hurts.
wasted on the wrong people, as my father used to say.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, Joe Mayo, you want to do a tune?
I'd like to do one or two if it's possible.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. This first one is a Warren Zevon tune that is kind of like the saddest love story ever, the most dysfunctional love story ever. It's called Carmelita. I hear mariachi static on my radio, and the tubes they glow in the dark, and I'm there with her in Ensenada, and I'm here in Echo Park. Carmelita, hold me tighter, I believe I'm sinking down, and I'm all strung out on heroin on the outskirts of town. Well, I'm sitting here playing solitaire with my pearl-handled deck. The county won't give me no more methadone, and they cut off your welfare check. Carmelita, hold me tighter, I believe I'm sinking down, and I'm all strung out on heroin on the outskirts of town. Well, I pawned my Smith Corona, and I went to meet my man. He hangs out down on Alvarado Street by the Pioneer Chicken Stand. Carmelita, hold me tighter, I believe I'm sinking down, and I'm all strung out on heroin on the outskirts of town. Carmelita, hold me tighter, I think I'm sinking down, 'cause I'm all strung out on heroin on the outskirts of town. Carmelita.
That was great.
Can
I
I do
enjoyed
one
that.
more?
Yeah, you can do one or two more. It's just us chickens.
Okay, I think one more will do it, but I got to ask you a question.
What?
This is another Warren Zevon tune that has two bad words in it.
What are the words? You can't say, look, it's like George Carlin. You can't say, on Jam TV, you're not allowed to say, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, or tits.
All right,
Anything
well,
else you can say on Jam TV. All
well,
right?
it's two of those.
Oh, wait, are we live? Wait.
All right, I want to do this song. And by the way, this does not describe my medical situation at the moment. I just want to let everybody know I'm okay. Things are looking good. New medicine's
Joe.
doing
It's an important
great.
caveat.
Everything's
I just
good.
got word from Sky, the guy that does the pastries. He just got out of the hospital himself. He's going to be okay.
Oh,
That's
good. Good.
I'm glad to hear that. All right, do your song, and then we'll talk.
Okay. Well, I went to the doctor, said I'm feeling kind of rough. Let me break it to you, son. Your shit's fucked up. I said my shit's fucked up. Well, I don't see how. He said the shit you used to do won't work for you now. dream. Oh, shucks, oh well. Now it's all fucked up. It's shot to hell. Hey, hey, my shit's fucked up. Has to happen to the best of us. The rich folks suffer like the rest of us. It'll happen to you. That amazing grace sort of passed you by, and you wake up every day, hang your head and cry, and you wanna die, but you just can't quit. Let me break it on down. It's the fucked up shit. Yeah, my shit's fucked up. It's fucked up. Fucked up.
That's a song about my mental state, right?
Hopefully not.
That's a great tune. That's a great tune. You got one more for us?
You want one more?
I'll give you one more.
How
We
about
need
a nice
we need
happy-
another song, and I'll tell you why in a little bit.
Okay, how about a nice happy tune?
Yeah, that'd be good.
If I knew one, I'd play one. Okay, wait just a sec. I don't know why I always do this song, but I happen to love this song. In a way, haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Have you changed your style, and do you think that we've grown up differently? Don't seem the same. Seems you've lost your feel for me. So let's leave it alone, 'cause we can't see eye to eye. There ain't no good guy, there ain't no bad guy. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. Ooh, oh, oh. I'm going back to a place that's far away. How about you? If you got a place to stay, why should I care? When I'm just trying to get along. We were friends. Now's the end of our love song. So let's leave it alone, 'cause we can't see eye to eye. There ain't no good guy, there ain't no bad guy. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. So let's leave it alone, 'cause we can't see eye to eye. There ain't no good guy, there ain't no bad guy. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. Ooh, 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 oh, oh, oh.
I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs. It really is. I love that song.
Me too. Kind of became autobiographical somewhere along the way for me. I don't.
Yeah.
And ironically, it's Dave Mason's biggest hit, and he didn't write it. Jim Krieger from his band wrote it.
That's right.
Right, but you know who did the best job on it? Check out Billy Dean. In 1994 or so, Billy Dean played it and killed it. Well, check it out.
Same type of format? Did he change
No,
or
no, he
same thing?
basically kept it the same. Except he had a killer guitar solo by John Jorgensen, who was no slouch. By the way, I got to congratulate Bill Noman on doing that Miami 2017. That's another one of my favorite songs too. I love that song. And,
Yeah, that was great. He did a great job on that.
Cool.
And the wild thing was that he did Down in the Boondocks.
Yeah.
And followed it with, and ironically, I had just gotten. I've been looking for this for probably, I don't know, since 1980. There was a version of Down in the Boondocks that was done by D.L. Byron with Billy Joel singing backup.
Really?
Yeah, and I heard it like on WLIR when I was driving around, and I tried to even get it like almost immediately. And the place that I used to get records at, I went in, the guy goes, "Oh no," he goes, "that's like a DJ's pressing or something."
Yeah.
Well, what it turned out was it's the B-side of D.L. Byron's, I guess, Only 45, which is 21st Century Man. And I found it on the internet, and I just got it actually in the mail like 2 days ago.
Oh, cool.
So that was wild that both of those, so one with Billy Joel and the other one, the Down in the Boondocks too. That was freaky.
Yeah, they're both great.
You know
songs.
who I heard do a great version of Down in the Boondocks? He actually stopped the show just because he thought about it and put it in. Remember Christopher Cross?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I was at a show of his, and he put that song in there out of the blue, and he sang the living crap out of it, man.
And I mean, that was not like a huge hit. That was like, it was probably, top 20, but it wasn't like top 10.
No, but it was top 10.
Remember,
top 20 played. It was the top 10 that was repeated and repeated, but the top 20 played. Everybody got to hear it.
Oh yeah, no, there was definitely a song that was. I remember it, but I also remember it wasn't like a big hit. It was a popular song, but I think it became more popular years later.
Yeah,
that's one of those songs like "It's a 5 O'Clock World." I love that song. And,
that's another.
Yep.
What country band did that? Probably in the 90s when they were recycling a bunch of pop rock songs, and I just love that song. It's a great song. Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to have to go. Pleasure seeing all of you. Thank you for letting me do my thing.
Joe Mayo, great to see you.
Good to be
Take
seen.
care, man. Good to see you.
Take care, Joe.
Healthy, buddy. Good seeing you. You look great.
Well,
All right, stand by for
that's
Greg
debatable.
Oliveras, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
all right.
Hey, everybody. You guys are still here. Listen, I've got to throw a bucket of water on everybody right now. And AJ knows what this is about. I just spoke to Steve Wexler's son, Eric, and it's really bad news. Everybody knows and loves Steve Wexler, but unfortunately, he lost his battle to cancer today, and he passed away today. And his son and I talked about mentioning it on the show, and I'm a little broken up by it all. He was one of us, and I thought it was important to get it out there to everybody. I will miss Steve Wexler to death. He's my compatriot, my friend, Steve Wexler is a guy that we met way back in the Cobb's Mill days, and he was a drummer who played way too loud, and he pissed everybody off, and he was
we all wanted to kill him.
We all wanted to kill him. He threw his weight around, and he was just like, he was the biggest jerk and the best guy, and we all sort of did our best to get him through, this many, many years of fighting his battle with pancreatic cancer. And we all knew that something like this was possible, and he's had just a very hard ride over the last year, and so today he's at peace, and he will be greatly missed. I just wanted to have all you guys on the screen to tell you this.
Yeah, thanks, Ed.
Thoughts and prayers to his family.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
There will be an announcement.
AJ the other day.
What's that?
AJ's been the only one other than his son that's been able to go in and spend time with him and see him.
Yeah.
And I was on the phone crying to him and standing in the middle of a store, crying my eyes out, talking to him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very sad. I know AJ has been over there and was a good friend to Steve in his final last couple of months, but it's just been a tough road.
His family, I mean, and some of his close friends also that were from Long Island, it was the care that they gave Steve. It was truly honorable, and even when I did see him, he was really upbeat that day, and unfortunately, at that point, he was well aware. It was already a couple of weeks. He was more than aware that he was no longer going to make it. But he was a very tough guy in that when you recognize, we know two other people in my immediate family that got pancreatic cancer, and they didn't even live 3 months or 4 months from when they were diagnosed. Where Steve, he lived for years, and I would argue he had some of the best years, when I think of the crazy stuff that we did, and how much he became, as he said, and this is something he spoke about, as I was telling Billy, when he insisted we go to this jam in I think it's Elmsford, and it just he and I, and he was insistent, but he was pretty healthy then. So as we're going, we talked about how me and Billy wanted to beat the crap out of him the first 2 times we met him, and how that wasn't uncommon. It was kind of a common. When you talk to people, you say, "Oh, the guy's a great drummer," but I really like to beat the crap out of him. So
that's true.
But as time went on, he became, as he said, you guys made me a much more versatile, and aware, and a drummer that paid attention.
We didn't make him that way. He was always that way. All we did was point it out to him. He was always a really good drummer. He's just had his own way of doing it. That was it.
Well, his idol, as I learned, over time, his idol was Bonham, and there was this whole story, and about, and of course there was the irony that the night we got to play with Carmen Appice, who was another one of Steve's idols, Steve wasn't there, so that was always one we it was a funny story.
Right? At the dock?
Yeah, at the dock. But again, and what Steve always, he had these, they were like the John Bonham clone sticks that he played with, which were, the philosophy was to really beat the shit out of the drums. And, and I'll tell you what, there were times there where playing with him was really unbelievable.
Well, if you remember the first time at the Cobb's Mill Inn when I stepped on stage with him, Ed, and you warned me too, you go, the drummer's a little different. He got on stage, all right, now his thing was, I'm a rock drummer, and that's really cool, but a good drummer plays everything. A rock drummer plays only rock. So if you want to play just rock, wait for the songs to come up. I got up to sing My Girl by the
right. Yep. And when you're going, bam, bam, on My Girl, and that, that's really cool. But a good drummer plays only rock. So if you want to play just rock, wait for the songs to come up. I got up to sing My Girl by the Yep.
My Girl.
Yep.
And when you're going, bam, bam, on My Girl. Yeah. I turned around. I was going, what the fuck? You know? And him and I went outside, and I threatened to start a fight with him and everything. And less than a half a year later, I was in love with her. We were getting drunk and kissing and hugging and everything else less than a half a year later.
Oh my God! But it was a half a year of hell. I remember the time that he came to the Cobb's Mill Inn, and he was dressed to the nines, and he brought a lady friend with him, and they had a big spread, a big dinner, and whatever. And they're up on the stage, and I'm in the big room at Cobb's Mill, and I'm talking to somebody, whatever. And all of a sudden, I sort of noticed that the music sounded funny. Like, I was like, I think it's stopping. Like, it didn't really stop, but it stopped sort of. And then I look over, and Steve Wexler goes over, and he grabs the hand of his date, and he's like, we're out of here. And then you guys were like, we're going to kick your ass. And you're like, chased him off the stage. And
that was the second time. That wasn't the first one.
Oh, no.
That was the one where he threw the sticks, and he walked out with in a huff. That was great. That was like theater.
John Konya was on the bass, I think. It was John on the bass. And it was like, I turned around and I'm like, oh God, the jam just caught fire. Something really bad just happened. And I went in, and John and Billy were like...
walked out the door? Do you remember his words as he walked out the door?
What?
He pointed directly at me and went, and fuck you too.
Yep.
That night, on his way out the door, those were his words to me, and fuck you too.
That was it, you know. But and then, you know, what I found out then, I found this out 4 months later or more, that I ran into him at Sparks or Brennan's or whatever it was called, at Dave Lindsay's jam, you know, the Tuesday night jam. And he looked bad, like he looked skinny and bad. And I'm like, hey, dude, like, I'm sorry not to see you at the jam, you know? And he's like, yeah, I've been in chemo for 4 months. He said that was my last hurrah before starting chemo the next day. And he was a different guy. And he learned to love life and to love music more than anything. And he was such a big part of what we did. He will be greatly missed, Steve Wexler.
Now, the first night I actually heard him play, with all the arguments about volume and the type of music I'm playing, the first night I went purposely to hear him with his band play at the Black Duck. I was amazed. He was fantastic. He had all these, now despite a little volume when he put in there, he had all these nuances. He played under the hi-hat. He did all these great things. I'm going, holy shit, the guy's really good.
Yeah, you should hear him do that on My Girl.
I would have loved
Billy,
it.
you're talking about.
Nope, we lost Ray. We lost you, Ray.
You ready?
What's that? The Father Jones band?
Yeah, Father Jones.
Yeah, Father Jones.
Yeah, actually, one night I went down to O'Neill's in South Norwalk. You know, I used to stop in there late at late at night just to catch the band that's playing, whether I knew who it was or not. And unbeknownst to me, the Father Jones band was playing, and I saw Wexler on drums. I only heard like the last 3 or 4 songs, but he was amazing. I'm like, yeah, this is what he needs to be doing.
Oh yeah,
no, he really was. That's why he loved the rock, but he was so good. I mean, just not the fact that he was playing louder because it was rock. He had beautiful nuances. His timing was on the money. He was just so good.
Well, you know, in one of the many excursions he had me go on, they were playing in, this might have been Hawthorne, because I think it was Hawthorne, because it was near, if I remember right, it was near the Hawthorne. So it was like it was kind of, I don't know if you guys remember the Hawthorne Inn, but it was kind of like one of those roadside-y, bar places, and it had a good size. So and Father Jones was playing there, and I said, okay, well, if I'm going, I'm going to go for the gig. I'm going to, because it was, it was like an hour ride at least from my house. And I will say, I mean, not only were they tight and really good, and you saw him in his real element, but they had a good sized crowd there. I mean, it was well received. Yeah. So it was certainly a really good. But when I think of them, I really think of, for whatever reason, when we were at Rascal Flats, and you know, in that period there, where we had a lot more versatility in terms of people that were showing up that, you know, weren't necessarily people who came all the time. And he played with a lot of different people, and he showed a lot of different ability to be more than, you know, just the heavy metal guy.
You know what he told me?
What?
When I got into him about, I can't fucking believe you play that good, and yet your argument is I'm a rock drummer and you slam the drums. And this is what he used to say. I don't know if he ever said to you, AJ. He grabbed me by the cheek, give me a kiss, and go, I gotta be me. That's going to be my life for Steve for the rest of my life. I got to be me. That's what he used to do all the time with me.
Well, he was certainly, for a big guy, he was definitely very.
Belt, you know
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and also very touchy. You know, he was a guy who was going to show you that he liked you. So.
Oh yeah. I got more kisses from him than I got from the waitresses at the Black Duck.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. All right, you guys. I'm going to be back in just 1 minute with Greg Oliveris, and then we'll get this show on the road. I wanted to share this moment with you guys. I just couldn't, you know, I wrote to his son, and I said, is it okay if I mention it on the show? He said, by all means, do that.
So I tell you what I'm going to do, Ed. I was going to hold off, but I did have Sue do a picture of him the way I kind of remembered him from the different shots we have. So I have obviously prints being made for his family, but I do have the original here that I only just got. And I was going to hold off showing it, but being as we're talking about it, when we come back, I'll have it so you guys can see it.
All right, you got it. That sounds great.
All right.
Cool.
All right,
Awesome.
we'll be right back.
All right.
All right, time to compose ourselves and get back on with it. A very emotional night. Our good friend Steve Wexler passed away today, and he will be greatly missed. And now I'm going to put Greg Oliveris on the spot after all of that. And I'm sorry to ambush you with this. You know, we all didn't know about this. This information only came in a little while ago. And it's kind of shocking, you know Steve for a long time, right?
Yeah, I remember meeting him my first night at the Cobb's Mill, man. And
you were you were like 12 back then.
I was like 12.
God.
I think I would have been 25 at the time.
Oh my God! And what did you think? You saw Steve Wexler, and you were like, "What? What am I getting myself into here?"
Like, who is this man? What's his deal? But dude,
He's like, can I play drums with your heartfelt ballad? And you're like, sure.
Sure, why not? He was always super fun to be around, man. And I loved what Billy said, how he'd always just have his hands on you. Like the guy had his arm around me all the time. I barely knew the guy, but
Steve Wexler.
He was a really just warm character. So yeah, thanks for sharing the news with us. And
greatly missed. So you're gonna do some songs for us?
Yeah, absolutely.
What have you got?
You want two? You want two? Three? What do you want?
2 would be great.
All right, cool. 2 it is. I was actually gonna start with this song, one of my favorites. I only recently learned to play it. Kind of appropriate for those folks that were really good friends with Steve. This one's called "You Got a Friend in Me."
Fantastic.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, You just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. If you've got troubles, I've got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and can see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. Boy, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Boy, you got a friend in me.
Still sound great, Greg.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Sound great.
Love that picture of Wex, man. That's so cool.
Oh,
Check that
yeah.
out.
Can you see it good?
Yeah, looks
Yeah.
great.
AJ posted
Beautiful.
that on there. I'm gonna go full screen on that thing.
That's really cool.
There you
Here it
go.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's of course.
I got to get a copy of that, a photo or print. I got to get a copy of that. That's going on the wall in my house.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's got the
that's
Wex
incredible.
drum face too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He used to make the meanest drum faces.
He sure did. He sure did. And so, by the way, so next week, we're going to put together a special 1-hour segment on Jam TV next week. I'm making this up as we go along. Maybe 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, or 9 to 10. Maybe we'll do 9 to 10. And I'm gonna go out and into the archives and pull up the best of Steve Wexler from the Cobb's Mill, Rascal Flatts, The
Nice.
Duck. I've got all kinds of video, and I'll pull that together, and we can memorialize him properly online.
That's awesome.
But when this is all over, we have to have a special thing for him.
Of course we are.
When we can come together, we really should do something for him.
Absolutely. You know what he said to me? He said this to me about a month ago. He said, listen, he got the bad news that he wasn't going to make it, that they weren't going to be able to help him anymore. He didn't know how much time he had and all that. And he said to me, he said, kind of the first thing he said to me after he told me that, he said, by the way, you're going to have to do an annual memorial for me. Every year, I want you to do a big memorial for me. I went, yeah, of course we are.
I have no problem with that. We pick a date and boom, that's it, For Steve.
Steve
We all get to
Wexler,
grab girls' asses. It's going to be a great night.
Steve Wexler, the Loud Fest. We'll do it every year.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's good. It's to you, Steve. I love you, man.
Love you too. So listen, Greg Oliveris, you're back on. Do another one.
All right. Can we hit with one more?
Yeah, do two more. Do two more. I want to
Two
hear
more?
Five
That-
more.
that was
Six
really
more.
good.
got the
I
deal.
really
got the
enjoyed
deal.
that, too.
Keep going. Keep working on it.
All right, I can do 2 more.
All right, that was super good.
Billy, some other time I'll do 7 more for you. I miss you, man. I'll play an original tune for you guys. This one, this one not necessarily relevant to our current situation at all, but this one is about being a chronic overthinker and just not wanting that to hurt you anymore and hurt your life anymore. So, it's called Overthinker. Slow dance in our living room. My favorite way I loved you. You held me close when I let go. It's how I knew you loved me too. But now I'm on my own. You're an overthinker, a complicator. The grass is greener on the other cider. You're dramatizing, overanalyzing. Gotta use those eyes you got. Gotta open them wider. I put your picture on the shelf. My favorite way to hate myself. My mind erases, no spaces. Feels safe for me. It's how I know it's time to be someone else. Cause you're an overthinker, a complicator. The grass is greener on the other side of your dramatizing, overanalyzing. You gotta use those eyes you got. You gotta open them wider. You got to see the beauty all around you. Got to love every soul you see. You gotta be brave and brave enough to fight. Brave enough to fight for something. Said, are you brave enough? 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 You're an overthinker, a complicator. The grass is greener on the other side of your dramatizing, overanalyzing. You gotta use those eyes you got. You gotta open them wider. So you know, complicator. Your grass is greener on the other side of your dramatizing, you're overanalyzing. Gotta use those eyes you got. Gotta open them wider.
Great to hear you play again.
Thank you, man. Dude, it's miss jamming with you guys.
Yeah, I miss it too.
Dude, I hope we can
straighten my brain out. Everything is a blur to me.
Yeah,
Everything
try
is a
me.
giant blur. When you left,
Yeah.
we were still at Cobb's Mill when you left, right?
When I left, you guys had just transitioned to 323 in Westport.
Right.
And I remember that because we had like a little goodbye. There was like kind of like my last show in Connecticut, and I brought up two of the guys from my band in New York City.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it was 323, and then when I came back that year, I came back home for Christmas, and you guys were at the Black Duck at that point.
That's right. And then we went to Rascal Flats, and then we were at then we sort of split up. We were different places. We were at the Norwalk Boat Club, and we were at Bobby Q's by then.
Got it. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I think you guys went a little bit all over the map a little bit after my time.
Yeah, we sure. Now we've all gone all over the map. Like, how is Nashville even surviving in this environment?
Lots. I mean, I got a lot of musician friends that are struggling.
They're
for
freaking
sure.
out, right? They're freaking out. Like they not everybody moves to Nashville with like a big bankroll or a job, you know, and you're lucky you had a job when you moved down there, and so you can maneuver your way around all this stuff. But I don't even know how a place like Nashville, where people are trying to, you know, find their dreams and all that, and now it's like, oh, sorry, there's no venues right now. I mean,
no venues where you can play right now.
Are people even recording? Are people doing stuff behind the scenes?
The impression I've gotten is that a lot of folks are using this just as a time for being in their creative hole. You know, just get isolated, get really introspective, and write some of your best stuff because you don't have the distractions of the world. So, and I think, and you know, you get a lot of people down here in Nashville as well that have their own home studio set up and are, you know, taking the time to record. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's, if I were a full-time musician and, you know, I got slammed with this, If I had the financial means to take a break and just, play music and write and refine my craft, that's what I'd be doing.
It's the ultimate woodshed. Everybody is like stuck at home, like work on your craft, work on.
Don't have a damn choice.
Don't have a choice. That's the thing. There were things for a long time. I go on these motorcycle trips around the country and all that. And as a matter of fact, when I was coming to see you,
you got
the day that I was coming to see you, I got in a car accident in Knoxville on the way to see you. And I never made it there, but I've done 30,000 miles around the country, and I remember saying to myself, like, if I didn't have the jams to like tie me, what would I do? Like if I had to reinvent myself, and now it's like, oh yeah, be careful what you wish for, dude, because here you are. There are no jams, there's no gigs, you're done. So I'm going to send my resume to your company, to Nielsen, and see if they need somebody to make coffee. I'm sure you guys still need coffee.
And we'll put your skills to use. My team's hiring, man.
I'm ready. So do one more for us.
All right, cool. This tune is by a guy that I only discovered recently who just blows me away. His name is Alan Stone. If none of you have ever checked him out, highly recommend it. This one, it's a love song. It's called Consider Me. If you're looking for somebody who will love you through the night and be there in the morning with the same look in their eyes, if you're looking for somebody who will listen to your thoughts and understand the way you feel with no words at all, if you need appreciation without compensation, someone to give you what you need. If you're looking for some magic that will not end tragic, darling, all I ask is you consider me. Consider me. Consider me. Consider me. Won't you consider me? Consider me. Consider me, consider me, won't you consider me? If you're looking for somebody who don't judge you from your past and focuses on only things that help to make it last, if you're looking for somebody who is gonna put up with your shit, is gonna fight fire with fire without burning you a bit. Oh, and if you want real attraction beyond this skin with fashion, someone who sets your spirit free. Now someone that you're obsessed with, someone you've been blessed with. And baby, all I ask is you consider me. Consider me. Consider me. Consider me. Won't you consider me? Consider me. Consider me. Consider me. Won't you consider me? So baby, don't delay. I'm gonna find a way to give you everything if you consider me. And by the light of day, I'm gonna find a way, swearing on my grave if you consider me. Oh, darling, if you consider me. Won't you consider me?
Oh,
thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you having me on. Always a pleasure.
Billy Foster, Ray Simonelli, there's AJ.
I feel like you guys are like Dennis, I don't know you as well. I was about to say, Ed, AJ, Billy, and Ray, you guys were like my. I feel like you were the ones who just guided me into this group. So thank you guys.
We were there from the beginning.
You were. I said it last time I was on. Ray, you got me my first restaurant gig, man, and you're the reason I had a lot of gigs in the southwestern Connecticut area.
Where was that? Where was your first restaurant gig?
It was. I think I only played there once.
Was that Rory's?
No, it wasn't Rory's. It was a place in Westport. They had an outdoor patio. Ed, you lent me your PA. I remember, like your little tiny Mackie speaker.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Where was that place?
It was in Westport. Oh God, what was it called? I have to like Google Map this right now.
That's really funny.
I'm really curious. Yeah, what is it?
Westport Restaurant.
Don't worry, they're out of business now.
Was it 320? It was. I think it was 323.
Really?
No, wait. No, 323 was where we did the jam.
Yeah.
I'm confusing titles.
That's really funny.
You know what? I'll get back to you on that. Wherever it was an outdoor patio. It was a nice vibe. It was like right in the heart of downtown Westport.
Right.
You know what I remember about you, Greg? You approached me at one point, and you kind of asked if it was okay if you kind of did a thing with the band, and I think I told you at the time. What I loved was your ability to put yourself in, which I think every artist should do, into what you do. And the first time you and Dakota played with us, the audience went ballistic. I don't mean they affect you. They went ballistic for you guys. They loved you guys. They loved you.
Thanks.
Yeah, and your writing, that original you just did, it's a really good song. And
Thank
it's
you.
very strong. And
Thank
that was always
dramatizing. What's the line? Dramatizing.
It was you're an overthinker, complicator. A grass is greener on the other sider. You're dramatizing, overanalyzing. Got to use those eyes. You got to open them.
Overanalyzing.
That's really good.
That is really a good line. Great line.
Thank you.
And the other thing was how you were able to play pretty much any instrument we needed you to play.
I'm gonna have to thank.
Yeah, that was the other thing too.
All right, this is we got to stop this. This is too much.
Hey, you started with the showman, man. Give me a break.
You guys are awesome, man. Yeah.
Hey, Greg, this is going to sound weird, but I guess I'm going to have to thank you for actually, I guess, hurting yourself, because what happened was, I don't know if you remember this, you were supposed to play with Dakota at Cobb's Mill Inn, but I guess you hurt your wrist or something.
I broke my arm. Yeah, and it was with Dakota at it was a theater in Danbury.
Oh, okay. And they reached out to me, Fonzie, he called me, he said, hey, Greg was supposed to play, but the girls, they want another guitar player to back them up at Cobb's Mill Inn. Will you do it? I'm like, oh my God. I feel bad about Greg, but my pleasure. And, I got to go over to their house, do some rehearsals. And I'll tell you, man, that was quite an experience.
That's awesome, man.
Even in a practice environment, to listen to these girls do that 3-part harmony with songs on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're incredible, man.
Did you do one with them?
Yeah, we did. We did Jason Mraz, I Won't Give Up. We had a nice 4-part on it. That was a lot of fun.
I'm so sick that our sound guy with the showman collects so much stuff that we do, and when you guys played, he didn't. There's nothing.
Wasn't that
if you had seen the show and heard them together, it was amazing. Billy and the showman. These guys stepped up and put texture and feeling into. It was beautiful.
That was in New Canaan, right?
That was Waveney Park in New Canaan.
Yeah,
that was probably that was a big crowd that day. That was really cool.
Yeah,
you guys were great.
I played keyboards with Billy and the Showman.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was great.
They didn't just like it. It was great.
Thank you guys. I still chat with Erica here and there. I'll make sure I give her a heads up that you guys say hello.
Definitely do. Have her come on the show. Tell her to come on.
Yeah, I'll do that. And Ray, man, I'm glad you got that experience, dude. Such a great family. And
oh my God, it was a pleasure to do that with them. But even the rehearsals in their living room,
magical, right?
It was. Well, there was one song that at the time I learned how to play. You know that song Hallelujah? Yeah. I asked Erica, I said, hey, do you guys know? She said, oh, yeah, we talked about doing that, but we never did. She goes, do you know? I'm like, well, yeah, I just kind of learning it. And she's like, well, all right, well, let me bring up the words real quick. Let's
Yeah.
try it. And right in their living room. So I start playing. Erica starts singing. And then on the chorus part, the other two sisters come in.
They just know to do
I was
it.
like, oh my God. We ended up doing it that night at Cobb's Mill Inn.
That's
like
amazing.
2 hours later, we did it that same night.
I'm gonna dig up the video of that for next week.
It was
awesome,
like
man.
I could. It blew me away. It just. And I said, Eric, how do you do that? She goes, look, we've been singing like for years. It's like we all know where each other's going to go.
Yeah, they got that telekinetic ability, or
not
telekinesis, but telepathic. Yeah,
I mean, right out of the gate, the perfect 3-part harmony. It was like scary good.
Absolutely. All right, listen.
And the timing,
Greg
the way
Oliveris.
they related to each other, everything, the timing was like so on the money.
Greg Oliveris, you're out. I'm going to bring on Ray Simonelli next, and then we got Brian and Vera waiting in the green room, and then there's a world premiere video, and great to see you, Greg Oliveris.
Go get them. Love you guys. Great to
Nice.
see you.
Take it easy,
Right.
Greg.
All right.
Good
Love
job,
you,
man.
man. Good seeing you. Stay safe.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
AJ's still here. I pushed the wrong button.
That's okay. It's always
I
good to have
wanted you,
AJ
Ray
now.
Simonelli. I wanted you.
And here I am.
How's it going?
Good. And you can hear me and I can hear you. Things are looking up.
Yeah, things are looking up. You sound good. You look good. Good to see you.
Thank you. Now, I unfortunately, I do not own, I don't even know if there is one, but I do not own a Bobby Q's t-shirt. So therefore, next best thing, I'm wearing a Horseshoe Cafe t-shirt.
Fantastic.
But what I want to say is, as restaurants are coming back, we all need to go out and support Bobby Q's, Horseshoe, all of the Black Dog, all of the places that have supported live music. We got to help bring them all back.
Correct. I couldn't agree more. And
Yeah,
you're the
totally.
biggest supporter of live music I've ever met. You are the mayor. We haven't used that word in a long time, but you
I
are the
know.
mayor of live music in Fairfield County. For a
I
long
haven't
time.
heard that in a while, actually. I got a lot of names, like
Yeah,
Satan.
exactly.
I've got a lot of names, but that day I haven't heard that one in a while,
Sounds good. What do you got for us?
Let's see. I think I saw a post on Facebook the other day from my friend Laura Merrill. Do you know Laura? The lovely
Yeah.
Laura Merrill? You know Laura, right? She used to
Yeah, I
sing
stalk
with
her
Cliff.
on Facebook like everybody else.
Yeah, she's very talented. She's a singer. She's a painter, photographer, and wonderful sense of humor. She entertains me just by her posts on Facebook every day. But actually, she did a post the other day of a song that I'm going to do. It's actually Imagine by John Lennon. But she put out a post and she said, oh, this kind of brings me back. Turns out her grandfather, Tori, did the strings, arranged the strings behind, for that song. And she goes, this song always brings me back. It was special to her. And unfortunately, she lost her dad a few months ago to COVID. His name was Alan Merrill, lifelong musician, very talented. I've seen like many videos. For those of you who don't know, he was most popular probably he co-wrote that song "I Love Rock and Roll" by Joan Jett. Him and his bandmate from the band Arrow did it first, and then in later years, Joan Jett came across it and said, "Oh my God, this song has hit written all over it," which is why she did it. I know he also played with Meatloaf's band for like 4 years, but yeah, very, very talented guy. But Laura's been hanging out there. She's been doing her daily posts, and she's a great person.
All
So I'm
right,
gonna
take
do
it
this
away.
for her.
All right.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. I know hell below us, above the soulless sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living all the world. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. You may say that I'm a dreamer, yeah, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Nice, Ray Simonelli.
Thanks, Ed.
That was great.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Very heartfelt, nice version of that song.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing it more often. I used to do it just like once a year on the anniversary of John Lennon's death. So that's kind of my version of it, you know.
Yeah, sounds good. What else do you have for us?
Let's see. I think I'm gonna try something I haven't did in a while. Might mess it up, but I know people are forgiving on this feed. Little Billy Joel, actually.
All right, take it away.
All right. Friday night I crashed your party. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday come and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone, and we're all enjoying the weekend for a change. I've been standing in the combat zone. I walk through separate style alone and rode my motorcycle in the rain. And you told me not to drive, but I made it home alive. And you said it only proves that I'm insane. You may be right, I may be crazy, But this just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light. Don't try to save me. You may be wrong. Oh, you may be right. Remember how I found you there, alone in your electric chair. I told you dirty jokes until you smiled. You were lonely for a man. I said, take me as I am, and you're mine. Think of all those years you tried to find someone who satisfied you. I might be as crazy as you say. If you're crazy, then it's true, 'cause it's all because of you, and you wouldn't want me any other way. You may be right, you may be crazy, it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light. Oh, don't try to save me. You may be wrong. Oh, no, you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. All right. A little rough, but it was fun. It's a fun song.
Ray Man, sounded good, Vic.
Billy Foster, brother Billy, how you doing, my man?
Hanging in there. I just realized I have tequila, beer, and Raina just got a new juicer.
Okay.
So she's making all these. She wants to go on the healthy side. We're indoors. She wants to go all these juices with vegetables and fruits. So she just brought me in one that's got a fruit and vegetable combination with a vodka in it, and she brought me another one in that's got a different combination with tequila in it. So
well, let's see that
here.
Let's see that
drink.
drink.
Real it tonight.
Where is it, Billy? Let's see that drink.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah, the one that they.
Which one?
Yeah,
there's got to be 20 of them. What in the world am I looking at? That's wild.
Yeah.
She's not in here right now. It's ginger and some fruit. She's got to come and tell me. That was 2 sips ago. I don't know.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's awesome, man.
That is really
I don't
cool.
drink all day. This is the thing. I got the grandkids on here. So in the evening, I have like 3,000 movies here. In the evening, I put on a movie, and I'll start to drink when I'm watching a movie before I go to sleep. And when you guys are on, I start pouring drinks. I'm here, when you guys are on. But during the day, nothing.
Yeah, right.
No, really. After rain, I don't even smoke during the day. I don't. I got a 3-year, a 5-year-old,
That's restraint.
a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old, and keeping up with them with bad knees and 72 years old is not a drinking, smoking kind of scenario.
Oh,
I got to be
right.
cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, Ray Simonelli, that was fantastic.
Thank you, Ed.
Hey, man!
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Super nice job. All right, say hi to Brian and Vera.
Hey, Brian, here.
Hi. Hey, how are you?
How you guys doing?
Hey, Vera and Brian.
Hey,
Awesome.
Ray.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my God, you sound like you're in a cathedral.
Yeah,
It's
we
going to
do.
be great.
Yeah. I just try to pump up the effects a little bit more each time.
Oh my God. I'm fooling around with stuff right now. So now I can click a button and this happens. Watch this. There you go. I can play your songs, your music videos at a moment's notice at any time.
That's awesome. It's full screen.
That's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. So how you guys been doing? How have you
Put
guys
the
been?
effects off for a second. There we go. Nice dry microphone.
Tell your sound man to squeak you down a little bit when you're talking. How you guys feeling?
Oh, we're good.
Good.
We're good.
Today was the last day of distance learning for our first grader.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have to teach anymore.
Wow. So wait, does that mean now they're back in school, or does that
No.
mean now
They're
you have
off
them
for-
for summer vacation?
Yeah. They're still home, same as always. I just don't have to teach now.
Yeah.
So that was preparing them for school so that they know the distances.
Yeah.
That's
It's gonna
good.
be fun. We have to create summer camp.
Yeah.
of
Well,
some
that's
kind.
easy. That's fine. I just take them on nature hikes.
That's
cool.
about all summer camp is.
Outdoors is fun.
Yeah.
Outdoors is fun.
We do hikes, go to the beach. That's it. Mama camp.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, what have you got for us? Do a few songs for us.
Couple of our classics, I guess
Yeah.
you'd call them. Yeah. First one, you guys know it, called "Breaking Out of Prison."
All right, fantastic.
Great tune.
Take
All
it away.
right.
Dangerous eyes disarm me before I could realize we were chained to each other to sunrise. Those sheets we were wrapped in were holding us captive. But you're just a coward. You think I'm blind, think I don't know about her. And I'm guilty 'cause I still allow it. Now those same lips that kiss her have taken me prisoner. But no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Enough is enough, because I'm gonna break out of prison tonight. Gonna leave this dark dungeon behind. Shake the shackles off of my mind. I'll cry the river for you now. The tears that run dry, but my faith in true love still alive. Now it's time for goodbye, good riddance. I'm breaking out of prison. You're unremorseful. I tried not to break, but I'm forced to. 'Cause the thought of you with her is torture. So far from deserving the sentence I'm serving. You know I've been quiet while you've been lying down next to her. And everyone in this town knows you play around. You're keeping it so hush. The silence is shattered now, 'cause I've had it now. Listen up, the sirens are sounding now. I'm nowhere to be found. Enough is enough, because I'm gonna break out of prison tonight. Gonna leave this dark dungeon behind. Shake the shackles off of my mind. I'll cry in a river for you now. The tears that run dry, but my faith in true love still alive. Now it's time for goodbye, good riddance. I'm breaking out of prison. I lost my hope, my sense of pride. I locked the door, locked out the light. But not tonight, my time is at hand. I'll bare my soul, restore my strength. I'll rip the bars right off this cage, so I can taste freedom again. Because I'm gonna break out of prison tonight. I'm gonna leave this dark dungeon behind. Shake the shackles off of my mind. I cried a river for you now. The tears that run dry,
That was so good.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Getting that
Really
kick
good.
going on that one. Trying those little. We'll see.
Sounds good. Sounds great. Sounds boomy and huge.
Cool, man.
All right, what else you got?
I hope Carmine's on the line. I think he's still the biggest fan of this song.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Wild Side.
All right.
She was a creature of the night. She made wrong look so damn right. Now she's stuck in the daily grind and she forgot what it was like.
Come on, baby, let your hips go crazy. Swing to the side and don't get lazy. Now try not to be shy. Kick to the left, slide it to the right. Pick up the bits, keep your steps real tight. Now I'm with you tonight.
You got a free wild side.
Honey, I wanna see the wild side.
She played guitar in a country band. The girl could work magic with her hands. Now she follows a daily plan and she's forgotten when life was grand.
Come on, baby, let your hips go crazy. Swing to the side and don't get lazy. Now try not to be shy. Kick to the left, slide to the right. Pick up the bits, keep your steps real tight. Now I'm with you tonight.
Well, you got a free wild side.
Honey, I wanna see your wild side.
Life seems to move so slow. But I know a place where we can go.
We can go. Let your hips go crazy, swing to the side and don't get lazy. Now try
Not to be shy.
Oh, kick to the left, slide to the right. Pick up the bass, keep your steps real tight. Now I'm with you tonight.
Well, you got a free wild side.
Honey, I wanna see your wild side. Wild side. I wanna see your wild side. Wild side.
Yes, I wanna see a wild side. Wild side.
Wild side. Wild side.
That was super good.
Like a pig.
How you guys feel now?
I shouldn't have worn a sweater.
I was gonna say, why are you wearing your sweater?
Yeah, it's 84 degrees
I
outside.
don't
Right.
understand.
Yeah, by the way, did you guys read the disclaimer on the bottom of the screen?
By playing at jams in 5 seconds.
It's important, it's just the legal department requires us to put that on.
That's funny.
So I agreed to that by playing, just
Yeah,
by the
right.
act of playing.
So
Yeah.
no, you just agreed to it verbally, and I appreciate that. That's really great.
Oh man, cool. That was fun.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
super good to see good
Yeah.
to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Who we got
I
next?
got all kinds of people next. Look at all these people that I have next. Look at this. Look, this is just the people who are next that are
Oh,
on.
Dale.
Hey, Dale. Hey.
Right, you got Andrew Troutman, who looks like he's in like
Yeah.
Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing. And
my Blue Man Group
oh my God, you got Dale Allen, you got Kevin.
Hi
Detroit.
there.
I got Danielle up in Cape Cod, I think still.
Great job, guys.
Nice, Cape Cod. Yeah, that sounds nice. Thank you.
How are all you guys doing?
We're good. This is cool. This is like the old crew.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, we're good here. Thanks, Ed. Good to see everybody. Some
Good to
wonderful
see-
performance tonight, and great to have the community be able to share, as there's much for us to wish to connect to at this time.
Absolutely, super good. All right, I'm going to throw Danielle on the spot to play a couple of songs. I'll bet you that she's going to play one original and one cover. I don't know why I say that, but I think that could happen. And then I'll put on Dale and Kevin, and then Andrew sort of dropped out of the sky. So super good to see him. We'll put him on third.
Cool. Thanks.
All right, very cool. So everybody stand by. So Danielle, what do you have for us?
You got me. I honestly, I should have prepared. I should have switched it up, but I'm not. I told you it's my signature thing. This is what everyone expects. So that's what they get.
All right, sounds good. Take it away.
Thank you. I'll do the cover first, okay? At least I switched that part up, right?
Exactly.
I think everyone knows this one, so. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Won't you stand, oh, stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand, won't you stand by me. Oh, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand, won't you stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me, stand by me, stand by me.
That was great. That was your original. You should stick with that. You can make a pile of money with that song.
I just wrote that yesterday, so if anyone wants, to play around with it, feel free.
All right, done. Well, it's property of Jam TV now, because by playing for Jam TV for more than 5 seconds, it obligates you to that you hereby have to pay 50% of past and future earnings to Jam TV and Bitcoin.
I heard that. Yeah, what's with all these legal terms now?
We have a legal department now. We're growing as an organization, and that's what comes with it.
Yeah, sure. All right. I respect that. I will visit the Venmo after.
There you go. All right, what else do you have for us? Well, tell me the story behind this original.
Yeah, it's a good one. This is a personal one to me. I actually wrote this today. It's my uncle's birthday, and he passed away almost 20 years ago. He was in the Marines, and he was in a plane crash. But he still means a lot to me. And I wrote this song for him on his birthday.
That's great. June 11th. Also my mother's birthday.
There you go. It's a lot of good people's birthdays, so it's a good day.
All right, take it away.
I wonder if you see what I can see. I'll sit here waiting patiently for a bright light to hit my face. So I wait patiently in place. I wonder, do you think of me? What makes you laugh, makes you happy? The shadow that brings me light is looking down on us tonight. And here I go again, a loving game of make pretend and fall into a thought. Then wondering again what life would be like with a friend, but question at what cost. So I hold on. I wonder how it makes him feel when life moves on in the surreal. I try to smile and it makes me tear. So I wait patiently right here. Ooh, I love you. Ooh, hold still. I see the smile, those familiar eyes, and I'm tranquil. I said I see the smile, those familiar eyes, and I'm tranquil. Oh, and here I go again, a loving game of make pretend and fall out of a thought. And wondering again what life would be like with a friend, and question at what cost. So, and so I hold on. That one's for my Uncle Ronnie.
That was terrific. That was super nice.
Thanks, Ed.
Really good to see you.
Yeah, always happy to be on. Thank you for all of this. And I will owe up to those legal fees.
There you go. Yeah, I'm expecting that, right?
No, it's been awesome. Thanks. I look forward to this every week.
All right, I'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, Ed.
Back.
Hi there.
How's it
Hi,
going?
Ed. Good to see ya.
Good to see you as well. So I got Andrew on the screen too, just so he could say hi.
Hi, Andrew.
And Andrew, it's like he's cooler than cool because you see that amazing effect that he's got that we all go for like cool stuff like that.
All I can say is never. Hey, Dale, what's up?
Hi.
You sounded great in the video, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Thanks a lot.
Steve Miller.
Yeah.
He went to have his laptop fixed like on the street in Queens somewhere, and the guy like messed up the camera. That's all it is. It's not even an effect.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not intentional.
All right. Well, it sort of looks like you got some Vaseline on the camera lens.
That's what it looks like, right? It's a good look. I like it.
Yeah,
all right, we'll see you in a minute, Andrew. So how are you guys doing?
We're just fine. Thank you for asking. Everything is a-okay over here.
I'm glad to hear that. You look good. You sound good.
I can't hear what he's saying.
Oh, he says you look awesome, Kevin, and you sound good too.
And you look all right too, Dale. Yeah, you look fine.
Oh, thanks, Ed. You look just great.
It's like when I want to cook somebody dinner, I'm like, hey, what do you want for dinner? And they're like, yeah, whatever, whatever's fine. I'm like, great, you can of tuna fish. That's what you're getting for dinner now. So, what are you guys gonna do for us?
Oh, we're gonna do a couple of Beatles songs because we've been having some fun with that lately. So, a couple ones we haven't done before.
That's great. All
yeah,
right, take it away.
Great, thanks. I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled up to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good, Norwegian wood? I hear crickets.
No, it's not crickets. Here, you want to hear?
No. I hear real crickets. I love crickets.
Oh, you hear real crickets?
Real crickets. I don't know if they're coming from my house. It's wonderful.
Well, are they applauding? Are they applauding?
That's really funny.
Thank you very much. Yes, I do hear real crickets from somewhere.
That's really funny.
Yeah. I wonder if the sound. Thank you so much, Billy.
You guys always sound perfect together.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to see you. Hooray.
Yeah, well, today's good.
What's that?
What else have you got?
I said today's good, but
Yes. Yes.
I could have done without Wexler passing away, but so far, so good.
Yes, we are all together, and he is foremost energetically in all of these performances and in our being together. We're all very much aware that this is really all about Steve tonight. So, and Ed, I don't know whether you can see comments, but what a great way for everybody to be able to share at this time when we really need each other. So this is all for Steve tonight. So that just really, that's the facts. So yeah.
Great. Thanks,
Yeah.
Dale. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, what else do you have for us? Do another song for us.
Okay, great. Thanks. Okay.
8 more.
All right, here goes. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen. You don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. He's as blind as he can be, just sees what he wants to see. Nowhere man can you see me at all. Nowhere man, don't worry, take your time, don't hurry, leave it all till somebody else lends you a hand. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen. You don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Thank you. Thank you so
Crickets.
much.
See, I couldn't have you hear crickets after
Oh
that.
no, thank you. No, I think the crickets are actually at Billy's house because some of
That's what it is.
No, I swear when your microphone came back on, then I can hear them. You can hear them there, right?
Oh, yeah, crickets are all over around here.
Yeah. So that I mean, I love the sound of crickets. Do you ever hear that recording where they slow it down?
But I have to say they were on the beat. If you went by what you just sang, the crickets were right there. They were right on the mic.
Well, they live near your house, you see, so they're very musically inclined since they live near you. Ed Train, thank you so much for making this happen. And again, on this very special night, in the first way for us to be together for Steve. And I'm sure as things unfold, we'll find another way to honor him. And but thank heaven for this moment for us to be together. Thank you, Ed.
I agree. Thank you
I
for
love
coming
you,
on.
Billy Foster. Thank you very much. And we'll
Love
be.
you guys. Love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Love you
Good
guys.
to see you. Bye. Hey, Andrew.
What up?
There you are.
How's it going, Ed?
You're like, yeah. What are you, like the Blue Man Group, Purple Haze, something going on?
Yeah, I got my nice mic right here. Hopefully the audio will make up for it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's like I'm in like a tractor beam or something.
No, it's super good. Super good. So what are you going to do for us?
I got a couple covers, just some Grateful Dead and a little Stevie Wonder. So
All right, sounds good.
two different things.
Why don't you take it away?
All right, coolio. All right, here we go. All right. When they come to take you down, when they bring that wagon round, when they come to call on you and drag your poor body down, one thing I ask of you. There's just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling, sugary. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. You thought you was the cool fool and never could do no wrong. Had everything sewn up tight. How come you lay awake all night long? Just one thing I ask of you. There's just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling, sugary. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Ed, Ed, I think your mic might be muted. Oh, there it is.
That was trippy, man.
Oh, thank you. Trying to channel the 70s.
Super good. It's really funny.
No,
So I
you.
teach music with an organization that provides music instructors in inner city schools in Bridgeport called Keys. And
I've heard of Keys.
Yeah, it's really cool. And got really cool. And so like I'm the weirdo instructor because I teach electronic music and production and that sort of thing. Everybody else teaches, saxophone and piano and more traditional learning and all of that. And I have the reason I brought that up is I have two kinds of students, two in particular, two extremes. One, I say, so you've heard of the Beatles, and they're like, no. And I go, what about the Who? No. What about Madonna? No. What about the Black Eyed Peas? Never heard of them. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you heard of Drake? And they're like, yes, we know Drake, right? So you got this one kid, and he's amazing. He's a great kid. He's super good, but he only knows music that he knows, and I don't know anything that he knows, right? And then I've got this other student, Nasir, who's really great, and he knows everything. Like, I bring up an obscure one-hit wonder from 1976, and he's like, I know them, absolutely. Like, and he's 15. They're both the same age. And you have a very eclectic taste in music,
Oh, thanks. I take that as a compliment.
It is a compliment. You play all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, I mean, next up is a little Stevie, so just kind of a pivot, I guess.
All right, go for it. Play it for us.
Cool.
Love it.
You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart. I feel like this is the beginning. Though I've loved you for 1,000,000 years.
was ending. I find myself drowning in my own tears. Ooh, you are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart. You must have known that I was lonely, because you came to my rescue. Ooh. And I know I'll be in heaven. How could so much love be inside of you? Ooh, you are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always stay around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my soul. You are the sunshine of my life. Why I'll always stay around. You are the sunshine of my life. Forever you'll be in my heart.
That was super trippy. I love watching. Never sell that laptop. Keep that for your whole life, and that will be your music streaming laptop.
Sweet, yeah. It'll be my little signature blue broken camera thing. But I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Really good to see you. Really good to see you
too. Can't wait to get back out to the jams in person, whenever that is.
Me too. All right, I'll catch you later.
Thanks, man.
And we'll be right back right after this. Hey, there they all are. I got a picture. Hey. Oh, look, it's Billy Foster's crotch. Oh, my God. Billy Foster.
What's happening, everybody?
How you guys all doing?
Good.
Hey, Heidi.
Hi, Mike. Hi, all.
Good to see you, Heidi. I've never actually seen you on a video screen like this before, live. So,
I know it's virtual. It's always virtual.
We work together, but we work together musically, but we don't actually do this kind of thing. So there you have it. So with no further ado, I've got the world premiere video of Kissing My Love, which is something that Michael and I have been working on with Heidi and with JC also right there. Hey, JC, how you doing?
Hey,
good.
JC. How are you guys?
And with
Doing
Caesar
great.
and a great sax player. Tell me about the sax player, Michael.
Dan Chiplock. He's a friend of mine who I played with in this band called the Rock and Soul Review. And on this one, he has three parts. He does the baritone, the tenor, and the alto. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And Heidi does three parts. She does the soprano and the first alto and the second mezzo. So I don't know. She does three parts.
I do the contralto and the soprano, the mezzo.
Yeah, right.
And the mid lead.
And JC's playing like this, like insane. I don't even know what it is. How many strings are on that thing?
5.
5 strings. Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so, from a technical point of view, we all filmed this stuff separately and all that. And Michael was writing me like, all right. So I want to describe to you now that nobody, especially me, nobody knows how to do any of this stuff. We are all learning how to make ourselves happen in this new digital medium. And so like Michael was just writing me about Andrew. He's like, Ed, I think Andrew is really blue. Is something wrong with his video? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, no, his laptop is all messed up, and so it had that cool blue effect. So there's all these limitations about what can happen, and I'm trying some new stuff behind the scenes, and the new software that I'm using here that allows us to do this amazing 6 people on the screen and all this stuff in different locations, it only allows you right now to show videos that are 5 minutes or shorter. And this video is like 8 minutes long. So I got my razor blade out, my digital razor blade in Final Cut Pro, and I went literally while Bill Noman was playing the guitar on the first set, and I'm like slicing up this video, and I compressed it down to 5 minutes. So hopefully the new method that I'm going to use to stream this will make it look really good. And
are we like the chipmunks now? Like
you are the guinea. No. It's not that.
Okay.
I just took sections. I took sections out. The longer video will be online tonight or tomorrow, and I hope you all watch that. And cross your fingers. Let's hope this works. Here it comes.
With a million flowers a day. Hey, now I can hear the angels singing songs that only angels sing. He's such a happy thing. I can feel my heart just a thumping and a skipping when I'm kissing my love. Pumping in my veins, hey now I'm kissing my love. He's such a tender tender, with a strong hey. Ooh, bless his head, how he's so good at what he does. All I wanna do is kiss it up, and he's got me love. I can feel my heart just thumping and skipping when I'm kissing my love. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Hey now I'm kissing my love. I feel the blood just a pumping in my veins. Hey, when I'm kissing my love. He's such a tender tender, with a strong hey. Bless his name now, he's so good at what he does. All I wanna do is kiss and hug him. He's got a
Yeah.
Did it work? Did it work?
Live stream.
Only that one cut that didn't work out.
Did the rocket blow up on the pad, or did it?
I
work?
like exactly where you cut.
Yeah, it worked good.
Unbelievable. I think Billy Foster couldn't hear it, I think.
Hey,
I could no audio at all.
Did you guys hear it?
Oh yeah.
I heard it.
Yeah, good.
I did.
Yeah, it was working. I checked it on the live stream.
Billy, it was like, wow.
I've got a little bit of a child emergency right now, so
Oh.
I gotta get off the line.
All right, Michael, I'm going to play another video of yours. You go deal with your child emergency, and I will see you soon.
Okay, thanks.
Bye, Mike.
So that was pretty good. Heidi, you killed it on that thing right there.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
great.
Pleasure working with you guys.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like, and what I like about the collaborations that I'm doing with you and with JC and with Michael and all that is that we're not picking like, let's do row your boat, and let's just like putz our way through it. Like, we're picking material that is technically challenging, musically challenging, and we're making it into something really good. I think we should all be really proud of that thing that we worked on.
That was fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super good. Yeah, JC, you always lay it down like
Yes,
for real
man.
on that bass. Phenomenal.
Thank
Killer.
you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Super
Thank
good.
you guys.
Well, great to
It
see you,
is.
Heidi. Look forward to the next
Thank
one.
you. You too.
All right. There you go. JC, I'll catch you later, man.
Take it easy, brother.
Nice job.
See ya.
So how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I'm like 2 shots short of I have a bottle of tequila here.
Oh, really? Uh-oh. No, I pushed the wrong button and I deleted Billy Foster. I'm like, goodbye, Billy. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that, you know. So I meant to do this is what I meant to do.
Hey.
Hey,
I'm coming.
how are you?
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, we're doing good. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good.
So today was a we're having a good show, but today was a hard day. We were all
Absolutely.
we were starting, you know, I got a text. I wrote a text before the show to Steve Wexler's son and asked him, you know, do you want us to keep this quiet or do you want us to talk about it on the show? Because like I can't take it, you know, like we've been living through this with Steve for a while and this latest round for, you know, a couple months, and it nevertheless very shocking. And I wasn't quite sure how I was going to make it through tonight without saying something. So I asked Eric if it was okay. And he said, sure, of course it's okay. The family will be announcing it tomorrow and the funeral arrangements and all that.
Okay.
But it's just very tough. And I actually heard it from Sherry and from AJ. So it's good to see you guys here.
Yeah, good to see you too. It's very sad, and somebody like Wexler is larger than life, so that's always like hard to wrap your head around it. Somebody like that is here and then they're not.
That's right.
Well, because it's Wexler, the thing is to celebrate his life because it's Wexler.
Absolutely.
Because he wouldn't want us. He would not want us like just sitting around bummed out. He wanted to like rock around.
If we did that, he'd be really angry if we did that.
No,
you know.
And in the inimitable style of Steve Wexler, he said to me, he was like, we had a phone conversation. I mean, I'm laughing, but like,
yeah,
you know, it was we were talking about, I don't know, whenever he found out he went down to Sloan and he was having all kinds of problems, and they said, look, dude, we can't. There's nothing we can do now except make you comfortable. And this was, I don't know, maybe a month ago or 3 weeks ago. And it was just, it was very, very tough. And so he's like, the way he told me that, he was like, oh yeah, so listen, so, you know, they told me that at Sloan, but listen, when I'm gone, I want you to do a giant thing for me every year. You got to promise me you're going to do a huge,
every June.
I wouldn't expect any less. Of course, we're going to do that for you every year. So we're going to have Steve Wexler Day, and
he put up one hell of a fight. That's one man who like did everything he could.
Listen, for those
He's
of
one
you
of
who
my
don't-
heroes. I had just gone through my youngest brother dying of cancer, and it came back to him 3.5 times. He got completely felt good and everything. And when Wexler went through his first one, we celebrated, we kissed, we drank, we got drunk. And when he came back again the second time, we just looked at each other and said we're going to beat this. When it came back the third time, the fear in both our eyes was just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really true.
He's one of my heroes. He's a hero.
Yeah, I mean, he stayed positive up until the end, and it wasn't a false pretense. I mean, he was genuinely positive. That was what was amazing. Like, I don't know if I would have his spirit at all.
Yeah,
I think
just wanted to play all the time.
For those on the screen, you of course know this, but for those of you watching who don't know this, pancreatic cancer, which is what Steve was fighting, you generally don't make it through the first round. You generally don't make it through the first year. And when we first found out about that, Steve and all of us, we thought, oh God, this is probably it. And that was what was that? 8 years ago at Cobb's Mill.
Yeah, easy.
Easily 8 years. And then he came back, he kept going, and then it snuck back in. And then, okay. And then I thought, oh boy, like when it sneaks back in, that's it. You don't beat it twice. And the people at Sloan said nobody beats it twice. You're not going to beat it twice. And then he beat it again. And like he's in all the textbooks. Like everybody's like, amazing. Like, how did that guy go? And then within a year, it snuck back again. So,
yeah.
But he fought and he made it happen. And he used to come down to Bobby Q's. He lived right across the street, and he used to come down and play music. I had Pat Padula or others, drummers, literally I was like, okay, you're the stunt double drummer. You got to stand next to him, and if he looks at you and goes, I can't do it anymore, then you got to hop in the middle of the song. And that happened, a dozen times. But he played and played his heart out. That guy.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, he's Wax.
He's Wax.
He's Wax.
Yeah.
What was that thing he was driving that night, Ed? I hadn't seen him, and I asked you about him when I walked in the door, and he showed up on, what do you call that thing that you stand on? Yeah. He showed. I go, look, you just got out of chemo. The last thing you need is a fall to create some other problems.
He did.
He goes, hey, if this is going to be the end of it, it's going to be the end of it my way. I go, well, you got it. That's you.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I'm going to live, I'm going to live.
That's him.
Well, you know what? His attorney, his personal injury attorney, John LaCava, the first call that he made after he heard that Wexler fell on the Segway, he called me and he said, and this is not under attorney-client privilege or anything like that. And he said to me, so did you get him into the Segway thing? And did he fall on your Segway? I said, no. It's the other way around. He got me into the Segway world.
Yeah. No, every time you ride your Segway, Ed, you could think of Steve because
I do. I literally, in all seriousness, every time I am out, because Steve and I used to terrorize South Norwalk, we would ride all over the place on our Segways. And every time I go out, I think of Steve Wexler, and he would always watch my live streams. That's why I live streamed it, so that Steve could watch it, and now I do these.
That night I saw him at Bobby Q's, he asked me, he goes, you got to try it. I go, no, I know I'm going to fall. I know that's going to happen.
No, we have a video of, I'll have to post it if I can find it, of Wex teaching me how to ride one in his apartment hallway.
Oh, really?
It was a little terrifying. Yeah. I'm not quite at Ed Train level yet at all.
No, it's tricky. But we're going to all keep riding for Steve.
And that had handlebars, and I still couldn't figure it out. But
exactly. Are you going to do a song for us, Sherry, for Steve?
I am. So I'm going to do a little Over the Rainbow for our friend Wexler. It's all you. Oh, yeah, Dave's out of here.
Yeah.
But, a couple weeks ago, we stood outside of Bobby Q's. Wex was near the window, and we FaceTimed him. He wanted us to play some tunes. So we played a little Over the Rainbow, and I just think it's such a beautiful tribute for anybody. So I'm going to do a little Over the Rainbow. Hopefully I remember how to play it.
All right, we're going to stay with you right here.
Okay. like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, dreams really do come true. I see trees of green and red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white, the bright blessed day, and I like the dark, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, yeah, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, dreams really do come true. Yeah. What
Good
else?
job.
What can you do?
That was good. I enjoyed
I
that.
love when you do that one anyway. You know that.
Thanks, Billy.
Steve Wexler, Over the Rainbow. It has not sunk in quite yet.
No,
No.
not at all. Not at all. Hard to wrap our heads around.
No.
I got a lot of crying to do when we shut it down tonight.
Yeah.
It's true.
But knowing Wax, he just wants us to party our asses off.
That's right. That's
He'd smack me. If he saw me crying on his behalf, he'd smack me right in the face.
Would.
He used to say to me, I can say it now. He used to say to me, people would, everybody expresses their caring in a different way. I've got to say this sensitively, right? And Steve would be like, oh my God, people are like, oh, I'm sending you white light. They'd be like, oh, poor Steve, are you okay? So I was like, oh, you hate that, right? You hate it when people are like, poor Steve, right? So every time I saw Steve, I'm like, oh, poor Steve, oh, poor you. And he's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. He gets so angry at me. But, there's a guy who brought a lot of emotion and drama and joy to the world, and I was very happy to know Steve Wexler. That's
yeah.
That's a very, very unique things between Wexler and I that could never have happened between any other two people that I've ever met.
Right. It's true. All right, you got another song for us, Sherry?
I don't know how to play anything.
No. You don't want to do, come on, do one more. We got you here. We haven't had you here.
What do I know how to play? I'll do a little Britney Spears. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
Okay. Let's see if I can even remember it. Oh, Dave looks like he's getting the bass.
Oh, now we're serious.
It's been a while since I played. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. I'll let Ed get geared up. As Wex would say, Ed's playing with his strap on. something wasn't right here. Baby, baby, I shouldn't let you go. Now you're out of sight. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now what we got. My loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Baby, baby, the reason I breathe is you. Boy, you got me blinded. Baby, baby, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. It's not the way I planned it. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now what we've got. My loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Let me, baby, one more time. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. And I know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Let me, baby, one more time.
I know I was totally out of sync, but I had to do it.
I don't think you
Oh,
were.
it sounded good.
You were good on just a fraction behind. It was really, it worked.
It was really, really
good.
close.
That's good.
And like, I don't think I can hear this song without an accordion now.
Oh my God, right?
Something's missing.
Or a tuba. We need a tuba.
Tuba, yeah.
Get Dave Hirsch up on that corner there, or whatever. Which way? That way. Or we'll
Dave.
replace Dennis. I can't even point the right way.
That way.
That
There
way.
he is. That one.
God, that's messed me up.
It's messing you up.
I know, it's backwards.
Right here, this way.
I try to fix my
We're
hair.
replacing him with
Yeah,
this.
try to fix your hair.
If I've got a hair like this, I'm like, wait, what? I can't. Why is my right? It's not going. You know.
Hey,
So-
Billy. Next time I see you, I want to do a shot of Cafe Patron with you.
You got it, sweetheart.
I didn't see what kind of I didn't see what kind of tequila you were drinking, but I'm a tequila girl myself. So you and I.
It was Don Julio tonight, but that was because that's what I used to buy for Steve all the time.
Aw,
what?
that's sweet.
But but you and I will do the Cafe Patron without a doubt.
So I got a bottle at home. So one night you and I will have to do this on the jam, take a shot together.
You got it. And
That's the plan.
anytime.
All right, you guys want to hang out while I play this music video? This is actually pretty cool.
Sure.
You will know these people. I'm not going to say another word. Michael Baumwall. I will say another word. Michael Baumwall, who helped me produce that last video, or I helped him, one or the other. We co-produced the last thing. He put this video together, and here it is. Hopefully this will go. And Billy, I think you have a bug. You can't hear the audio. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this, but it'll go out. Here it is.
This is a story by Billy Joe and Bobby Sue. Two young lovers with nothing better to do. They sit around the house, get high and watch it too. And here's what happened when
headed down in Texas. You know he knows just exactly what the facts is. He ain't gonna let those two escape justice. He makes a living off of the people's taxes.
Bobby Sue, whoa, she slipped away. Billy Joe caught up with her the very next day. They got the money, hey, you know they got away. Headed down south and they're still running today. Singing,
Go on, take the money and run. 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 Go on, take the money and run.
Nice, right?
Ed, can you tell us who's in that video? Because I didn't recognize everybody.
Oh, it was a lot of Troutmans, all right?
Okay.
So I think what happened, I wasn't involved in producing that, and Michael had a family emergency he had to run off. He was going to talk about that video, and I'm ill-equipped to do so. But he, I think he had a bass player lined up for that. So he's a drummer. Mike Belmont's a drummer from Infinity Edge, right? And Carl Troutman is the guitar player in Infinity Edge. So he got his son, Andrew, and his son, Nick, to play bass and guitar on it. And then there was some others, but it was Dale and Christine, obviously.
Well, yeah, I know them.
My girl.
Yeah, so that was really fun to have that. That's available on the everywhere on the internet right now. We just thought we'd play it tonight.
That's fun.
I didn't have any audio when you played it right now. If you send it to me, will it be a different thing?
Yeah. It's just that every once in a while, there's a weird bug on the server here where somebody can't hear somebody. It's like sometimes, like Allie Van Ness comes on the show, and almost every time she's like, I can't hear Ed. So I'm like, okay, Dennis, tell Allie that we have to do that. And I'm holding up like cards, and I'm playing, putting up banners or whatever. But this is still.
But if you send it to me direct, I should be able to hear the whole thing.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna link you to the ones on the internet. Wait till you hear that one. So Billy, you know the band Cold Blood, right, from California?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. See, now let me honestly, Dennis, do you know Cold Blood?
No, not right
And
off.
Sherry and Dave, do you know Cold Blood?
No.
Right. Cold Blood is one of those weird bands, and my good friend Jim Nicetta, I think you guys knew Jim Nicetta. He passed away.
Heard of him.
A couple of years ago, he passed away, unfortunately. And Jim Nicetta came to me one day, and Jim was like very sort of dark humor, snide, sarcastic, right? And he's like, yeah, there's this song by Cold Blood, here's what it is. And I go, I've never heard of it. But he's like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot if you've never heard of Cold Blood. And I'm like, I've never heard of it. He's like, you ever heard of Tower of Power? I went, yeah. He goes, yeah. They were in the Oakland scene back in the day with Tower of Power, like in the early to mid '70s. They were the hottest shit in Oakland. And you listen to Cold Blood. Look, do yourself, if you're watching or anybody here watching, go on Spotify and go look for Cold Blood. And they are some of the funkiest people there are. And we tried to cover this tune called Kissing My Love, which is actually a Bill Withers tune that they made their own.
There's genres like this, but they made it their own. I loved it.
They really and they were super funky, like the funkiest of funky, with a big horn section and everything. And if you like anything like that, you should know Cold Blood. But obviously, the record company was like, yeah, we'll make more money with the other guys. So they pushed them down, so nobody'd ever heard of them except like.
Well, the doctor put their first horn section together.
Oh, is that right?
The doctor from Tower of Power, yeah, Doc. He put their first horn section together.
Yeah, and then their record company probably went, "Oh no, we're not going to have them
No,
out there
no,
too."
we're not
you know?
doing that.
So,
Yeah, I'd never heard of them until last time. I looked them up. They're really good.
They're really good. They got a whole bunch of
Yeah.
tunes, and a lot of their tunes are just like they just play what sounds like straight ahead funky grooves.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
you try
But
to
you'll love it. You will love it.
I had to learn the clavinet part for that tune, and I was like holding my breath for 8 minutes trying to get through the track. It's so hard. But
So
anyway.
about 10 years ago, out on the West Coast, there was a real resurgence and revival of like that real roots kind of West Coast funk.
Right.
And there was a little band called Monophonics. So
Yeah.
if you ever come across any Monophonics,
My friend has a song by them that he absolutely loves.
and you listen to Monophonics, and it sounds like they cut the record, back in 1972. Like they have the whole sound just nailed.
Right.
And there was some really cool stuff coming out of like Oregon, Washington, and California about 10 years ago.
Right. No, that's cool. That's really cool.
Well, that's what I love about music. It's reflective. You play something that's unique, someone else will pick it up, put a touch on it of their own, make it completely unique again and completely different and so on. And that's the best part about music. The
That's
very
right.
best.
And what's really funny is so I listened to that tune, "Kissing My Love" it's called, and I listened to it by that we did the version by Cold Blood, and I thought it was by Cold Blood, and then I get the final track from Michael, and it says "Song by Bill Withers," and I'm like, "Song by Bill Withers? Like this is what do you mean by Bill Withers?" So I listened to the Bill Withers version today, and it was very cool. Like you could clearly he was the talent behind that song, but their delivery of it was just crazy.
Yeah, completely. It's theirs. That's what I loved about it. Whatever they did was completely theirs. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right, you guys. Super good to see you. We're sort of running to the end of our broadcast day.
Well, thanks for having us on.
It was
Yep,
really
thanks.
super good to see you. I got one more video that I'm going to play. And if you guys feel like hanging out, you're definitely welcome to do that. And you know these guys. These kids are the, here they are. Do you know who they are?
Oh, yeah, Robert kids.
The Klettner kids. Exactly. So hopefully this will play okay. And here we go. Oh, you know what? I think I blew it. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear this one.
Oh, okay, good.
love those guys. I love those guys.
I mean, come on, they're so good.
Who are those aren't those kids that used to come to the Willows, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Is it really?
them.
Wow.
Yeah, they were like, all right, so here's what happened. So their dad would come in and he'd be like, "Hey, to the Willows in the olden days of the Jam," and he'd be like, "Can my kids play?" I go, "Oh, sure. How old are they?" And he's like, "They're 5 and 7." I'm like, they were really young. They were like certainly
10
6 and
like 10 tops.
10 tops. And I
Right.
was like, I don't know, can they? I'm like, I'm kind of responsible to the venue to have like good quality music. So they came in and they were pretty good. They were like kind of almost as good as we were, right? So then I was like, uh-oh. So I was like, someday they're going to be really good. And he's been following me around in my jams, and they've been showing up to places for years. And then I start getting these videos, and I'm like, these kids are going to end up in Carnegie Hall when it ever opens again.
They were cute. They were cute at the Willows. They used to come and they'd set up their sheet music on the music stand and play the piano or keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Practice
Well, the
makes
guy
perfect.
guy that does the concerts down in Greenwich has had us down there with, we did James Taylor. We opened for Earth, Wind and Fire, Doobie Brothers and all this. And I'm going by the crowd that we play to when we're down there. We're on not the main stage, but we're on the last stage, so we play the last performance before the main act comes on. And I'm listening to the audience. These guys would drive those people crazy. If they got up there just in one of their intricate pieces, they would make the audience go ballistic. And I've given their name to this guy over and over again. I don't know who his people are that get to him, but if they ever come back to as many times as I've given it to them and try these guys, they will kill at the Greenwich concerts. Kill.
Very talented, and that was absolutely no. I mean, that was they did that in the foyer on purpose. The acoustics in there must have been
Yes, I noticed that.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, really.
I think these guys could play in a broom closet and still enjoy what the hell they do. They don't care.
So what are their names? Do they go by their own names? Do they have a name for their duo?
I don't think they go by another name, but it's Anton and I'm having a moment.
That's okay.
It's
I got their card. I just can't remember.
Tell them to come on next time.
Well, that's
Yeah,
two
they're-
guys.
They're that good that their names don't even matter.
Exactly. Klettner. They're like,
No
they're
last
Klettner.
name.
Oh, Joseph, of course. My middle name, Joseph. Anton and
Aw.
Joseph Klettner. And they're,
Oh,
they're
now we
just-
know something about Ed that we didn't know. Middle name.
my middle name, Joseph. Exactly. Joseph. Austrian.
Cool.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, das ist wunderbar.
Das ist wunderbar. Yeah, I kann Deutsch sprechen. Yeah. So that's it for Jam TV. Super to see you guys. And
Oh, wait,
you know,
wait, Ed, can I say it? Can I say it?
oh my God, are you gonna say it?
I'm going to say it. But you
All
don't have
right.
to cut me up. But you don't have to cut off right now, but I have to say it. Ready?
Yep.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, here we go.
It's my time and I'm coming out to play. Get on that beat, I wanna misbehave. Yeah, go, look at me, go, make me wanna fly all the time, shining, I'm shining now.
All right, guys, Facebook Live people. We're about to start our jam. Some amazing players tonight. We got sax players, we got guitar players, we got all happening right now at
I'm gonna play this for the next half an
Southernville,
hour.
right here.
Good.
We're gonna be playing all kinds of shit we don't know. Hey, Alexander Maxwell. All right. See you in a couple minutes. I'm gonna go play some drums.
Rock on, bud.
Soul Daddy.
This was a jam that we did at Peaches, and this is Steve Wexler's own feed. So it's all Steve all the time.
Do
This
it
was
with
at
love.
Peaches.
How you guys doing out there?
just gonna play this. I think it's a half an hour long. I'm just gonna keep it running.
All right.
All right. We're gonna pop out. Have a good night, Ed.
Good to see you guys.
How about oh shit. What? I got my wallet and ordered food.
Kiss, Prince. Yeah,
Kiss about Prince.
Yeah.
Starts out better baby. would have been a $10 fine. Any requests?
Let's do got it.
Play that?
We got it.
Yeah, it was there, man. Yes.
Keep it funky. How about the slow, funky version of Long Train Running?
Oh, I love that one.
E.
Wait. I don't know what it is.
Something different.
Steve Wexler. Oh my God.
How about a little?
Don't give him a break. Make him play more.
There is nothing that's wrong. Wanting you to stay here. I know you got some Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Pete Wexler.
This guy is a fuck of a bass player. A fuck.
Hello. Yeah, rock on, man. Yeah.
JC Alza. There's Dan. There's Craig on the saxophone. And Sean Redmond on the guitar over there.
Reggae?
Sure.
So much for the Wex Cam. You can listen.
Somebody help me out. Oh, and Steven, little darling Steven. It's been a long time since I had my eyes on you. Now you are here, baby. It's so clear. See what we can do, baby. It's me and you. Oh, and Steven, little darling Steven. Oh, yeah, all right, oh, Steven. Little darling Steven. I push the wood, baby, blaze your fire, then I'll satisfy your heart's desire, and I'll steal it up, baby, each and every night. All you got to do, baby, is where I go and steal it up. Little darling, steal it up. Crush me, baby, when I'm thirsty. Come on, cool me down, baby, when I'm hot. Your recipe, baby, is so tasty. All you have to do, baby, is where I come and steal it. Little darling, steal it up. Oh, yeah, all right, come on and steal it up.
Steve Wexler said to me, we got to do a tribute for him every year. I'm going to do a tribute for him every day. I'm going to dig out all the old Cobb's Mill footage and all of the old stuff that we did and riding segways around. And you will be greatly missed, Steve Wexler. Thanks, everybody, for hanging in. And we had a great show. And I'll see you next week on Jam TV. All right.